welcome back to the channel. Today's lesson we're going to be continuing with our Guitar Music of Spain series, looking at the second piece in this trio of pieces. So we looked at the Cotilla de Música last week, which is part one of the Tre Pisea Facile para Guitarra. Excuse the pronunciation. Today we'll do part two of that, which is the Divertimento. Okay. It's a lovely little piece. We're in 2/4 time. It's got a lovely dance-like feel to it, a bit like a paso doble, that kind of feel. So let's dive into the piece. So in terms of the melody, we start off with 2 open E strings. Okay. And we've got this, we're going jumping up to our 5th fret, and we're playing this little melody. So 5 5 4 5 7 4 5 open. So that's the melody. Okay. As always, I forgot to mention at the start, the PDF is in the description below, so click on that. There's a free PDF down there for you as well. Okay. The bass line, we're just playing this A, E, A, E, pretty much throughout that alternating bass line throughout the piece. So together, that first bar, we've got the 2 open E's, open A, okay. Finishing on bar 2 with the 5th fret on a high E string, open A, open E string, and then we're playing our open low E and our 1st fret on our B. Okay, and then bar 3 we're going to our 2nd fret on my A and 3rd fret on my B. I'm using my little finger for that 3rd fret on my B because to use my 1st finger 3 for that C note a bit later on in the bar. So it's 3 and 2, open B, and open E, 3rd on my B, 1st on my B, and then my open B. So while I'm practicing this piece, just practice it 1 bar at a time. So break it down into bite-sized chunks, and that way you can build it up. So the opening bar you would play just practice that nice and slowly. Okay, and then add the next bar to it. And then put them together. And when you can do that, add the 3rd bar. So practice the 3rd bar. And then add that into the mix and build up the piece bit by bit like that. So the opening 3 bars goes as follows. Okay, we then get to the end of the 1st line where we're highlighting an A minor chord. So we're playing our 1st fret on our B with my middle finger, and then my thumb is playing the A string with my thumb obviously, and then I'm playing my 2nd fret on my G, followed by that with my index finger. Okay. You then start the next phrase, so each phrase we're starting on an upbeat because we've got that anacrusis right at the start of the piece, so that happens throughout. So we've got the 2 open E's with the low E with my thumb, and then we repeat that phrase again. That's exactly the same as what we've played before, but then just changes a little bit at the end just to finish off this little section. We're in a nice sort of perfect cadence here, so we go from an E major chord to an A minor there. So we've got a first fret on our G, played at the same time as my low E string. And with my right hand, I'm just alternating index, middle, and then my index is ready to play that final second fret on my G. Okay? You then repeat that section. So let's move on to section B of the piece. So we then kind of change key here, so we're going to the relative major. So A minor, the relative major is C major, and we can tell this because the first chord highlighted is a G7, which is chord 5 of C, going into C major. It then ventures back into A minor a little bit later on in the section. So we're starting off, our anacrusis is open G, second on my G. Okay, and I'm playing a G7 chord in my left hand. And I'm playing my open B and my low E together. And then my B and the G strings open together. My thumb moves down to play my open D, and at the same time as playing my open D, I'm playing my first on my high E, and then I'm playing my first on high E and B together. Then I'm going to the C chord, playing my C on my A string and then my open E. Similar pattern to the previous bar. Playing my first on my B and then my high E. Then I'm going back to G again, but I'm playing my third fret on my B string, second on my A. And again, I'm using my little finger for that third fret because I want this index finger to be free for playing my first fret on my B a little bit later on in the bar. Okay, so this bar 13, is exactly the same as bar 3. And then the next bar 14, we're highlighting an A minor chord, so I'm playing my A string, open A, and my first fret on my B string, second on my G, followed with that, and then we're leading into the next. So that's the end of the phrase. So the first bit of that phrase goes. And then it pretty much repeats the phrase. Okay, and then it just changes ever so slightly at the end. So we're going to a first fret on my G, played at the same time as my low E, open B string, and then my second on my G and my open A. So it's just a perfect cadence to lean back into A minor. So as I said, it starts off C major and kind of drifts back into A minor again later on in the section, and we can tell that with a G sharp, which hints at that A minor key again. So that section repeats, and then we get on to our third and final section of the piece. And there is a key change there. You can see on the key signature on the sheet, we go into 3 sharps, and we're going to A major. So we're starting off with the anacrusis with 2 open E's. And we're playing our C sharp now, so all our C's are sharp, F's are sharp and G's are sharp. So playing C sharp and open A, okay, and then we're playing our low E and open E's together, so we're going, okay, and again I'm alternating between my index finger and middle finger. So it's up to you whether you go M-I or I-M, whatever works most comfortably for you really. Then we're highlighting our G chord again, so second on our A and third on our B, and then we've got our open E's again, so we're opening the bass and high E string. And then we've got some chords which we found in the previous piece a little bit, these kind of higher up which kind of gives it a real lovely sort of Spanish sound, and you know, you see them on songs like Summer Holiday and Brown Eyed Girl. You know, songs like that use these kind of thirds which sound really, really nice. So we're on our 7th fret on our high E string, 9th fret on our B, and we've got our low E string there. And we're playing those twice, moving down 2 frets to our 5th and 7th, we're playing low E again, and then our 7th and our 9th, and then we're going up to our 9th and our 10th. So 9th on my high E string, 10th on the B, with an open A in the bass, and then an open E, low E, and then a high E, and that's that section. So that, well, the first half of that section. So we're going. Then the second half of the section pretty much starts the same as before. Okay, so and then it changes on the last 2 bars. So instead of doing the harmonies, we've just got the single note. So we're playing an open D string, 7th on our high E, 2 of those. And then we're going up to our 12th fret, I'm using my little finger for that, and my low E string, and then I'm reaching to my 9th fret on my B, and then it brings us back into the A minor key. So we're playing 10th fret on our B and our open A, and then we go back to the beginning, so we're back into A minor. Okay. And that comes evident as soon as you play that C natural in bar 2 of the piece. And you play that through to the fine. So that concludes our look at the second piece in this series. Next week I will be posting a video with the 3rd and final piece in this little trio of pieces. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the content. And pop any questions or any requests or anything in the comments below, and we'll see if we can get them onto the channel soon. Okay, great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!